Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Koala English Podcast. I'm Anthony. How are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm feeling great and relaxed because tomorrow is a public holiday. Before we begin, if you enjoyed this podcast, please click the like button. It really helps us.
And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our future episodes on real-life English.
Today, we're exploring Australia Day, celebrated every year on 26th January. Did you know it's a public holiday all across Australia? People celebrate in many ways, from fireworks and parades to community events and barbecues.
In this episode, we'll talk about Australian Day traditions, teach you useful words and phrases, and show you how to use them naturally in real conversations.
Plus, we'll share cultural tips about how Australians celebrate so you can sound natural when talking about holidays or chatting with English speakers.
So get ready to learn, have fun, and improve your English while discovering the spirit of Australian Day.
Let's get started. Before we get started, let's remind our listeners,
if you enjoy this podcast, please click the like button. It really helps us a lot.
And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the Koala English Podcast.
We create episodes to help you improve your English step by step in a friendly and practical way.
Also, share this podcast with your friends and family. They can join us on this learning journey too.
Absolutely. Share the English and share the fun.
Australian Day is such a fascinating holiday. I didn't realize it's celebrated every year on January 26th with so much history behind it.
That's right. Australian Day marks the arrival of the first fleet of British ships in 1788, which started modern Australia. The date was chosen because it's when the British flag was first raised at Sydney Cove. It's a day to celebrate Australia's history, culture, and achievements, while also reflecting on Indigenous perspectives.
Today, we'll introduce useful words and phrases so you can talk about Australian Day confidently. We'll also give examples to show you how to use them naturally in conversation.
Exactly. Let's dive in and start learning.
To celebrate means to honor a special day or event with activities and joy. In conversation, you can ask, how do you usually celebrate your birthday? Or, do you celebrate national holidays in your country?
A public holiday is a day when most people do not work or go to school. You can ask, is tomorrow a public holiday where you live? Or what do you usually do on public holidays?
Historical significance refers to the importance of something related to past events. You could say, do you know the historical significance of this monument?
A parade is a public procession celebrating an event, often with music and floats. You can ask, have you ever attended a parade? Or say, the parade downtown was so colorful and exciting.
Indigenous culture refers to the traditions, customs, and history of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. You can ask, Have you learned about indigenous culture in your English class?
A fireworks display is a public show of fireworks, usually in the evening. You can ask, "Do you like watching fireworks?" Or, "What is the biggest fireworks display you've ever seen?"
A community event is a gathering organized for people to celebrate together. You can say, "There is a community event at the park this weekend. Do you want to go?"
To reflect on something means to think carefully about it. You could say, "Do you often take time to reflect on important decisions?"
How do you usually spend your public holidays?
It depends, but I usually like going outdoors or visiting community events. What about you?
I enjoy attending parades or watching fireworks displays. Have you ever been to a parade or fireworks show?
Yes. Last year, I watched the fireworks at the harbor. It was amazing. Do you enjoy outdoor festivals too?
Absolutely. I love music, food stalls, and meeting people. What's your favorite way to celebrate national events?
I'd say spending time with family and friends, maybe having a barbecue and joining in the celebrations. It's fun and meaningful.
Now, let's hear these words and phrases in a real conversation.
Mom and Dad are getting ready to go out. They're discussing how to celebrate, the holiday's meaning, and the fun activities planned.
They'll use words and phrases like celebrate, public holiday, parade, fireworks display, community event, reflect on, display vintage cars, flag-raising ceremony, and barbecue naturally.
Listen closely and notice how they ask each other practical questions.
Hi, Mom. I'm really excited that today is a public holiday. We don't have to work, so we can enjoy the day together.
Yes, it's a perfect day to celebrate Australian Day. Did you know it marks the arrival of the first fleet and the beginning of modern Australia?
I did. I was thinking we could go to the parade downtown first. I love seeing all the colorful floats and marching bands. It really feels festive.
That's a great idea. After the parade, we could visit the community event at the park. They're also displaying vintage cars on the streets, which is really interesting to see.
I love vintage cars. It's amazing to see how transportation has changed over the decades.
Later, we can enjoy a BBQ with some friends. It's such a common way to celebrate. It's fun, relaxed, and perfect for a holiday.
I like that we can reflect on the country's history while also having fun. It makes the day feel meaningful.
Exactly. We could even stop by the flag-raising ceremony in the morning. It's a nice way to honor the traditions of Australian Day.
Yes, and watching the fireworks display in the evening will be the perfect ending to the day.
Australian Day isn't just about a day off. It's about celebrating culture, history, community, and spending quality time with family and friends.
I love that. Today will be fun, educational, and relaxing all at the same time.
Now let's hear another conversation using these words and phrases.
Sophie, a curious teenager, is talking with her older brother Liam on Australian Day morning. They're planning the day's activities and sharing their thoughts about the holiday.
They'll use words and phrases like celebrate, public holiday, parade, fireworks display, community event, reflect on, display vintage cars, flag raising ceremony, and BBQ naturally.
Listen closely and notice the practical questions they ask each other. Hi, Liam. I'm so happy today is a public holiday. We don't have to go to school, so we can enjoy Australian Day together.
Yes. Do you want to go to the parade downtown first?
Definitely. Have you ever attended this parade before?
A few times. The marching bands are always amazing. What about you?
It's my first time. I also heard they're displaying vintage cars on the streets. Have you seen them before?
Yes, it's fun. You can see cars from many decades and even learn a bit of history. After that, should we visit the community event at the park?
Sure. And later we can have a BBQ with Mom and Dad. Do you enjoy going to BBQs on holidays?
I love them. Plus, the fireworks display at the end of the day is always spectacular. Have you seen the fireworks before?
Not yet, but I can't wait. I also want to reflect on the history behind this day while enjoying the celebrations.
Exactly. Australian Day is fun, but it's also a great chance to celebrate culture, history, and spend time with family. Now let's hear a conversation between friends on Australian Day.
Emma and her friend Jason are chatting in the morning about how to spend the day and sharing ideas for fun activities.
They'll use words and phrases like celebrate, parade, fireworks display, community event, reflect on, display vintage cars, flag raising ceremony, and barbecue naturally.
Listen carefully and notice the questions they ask each other, which are useful for real-life conversations.
Good morning, Jason. Are you excited for Australian Day today?
Hi, Emma. Yes, I'm excited. Since it's a public holiday, we have time to enjoy the celebrations. What are your plans?
I thought we could start by going to the parade. Have you ever been to a parade on Australian Day?
I went once last year. It was so colorful with lots of music and dancing. Do you enjoy attending parades?
I love them. I also want to see the fireworks display tonight. Do you usually watch the fireworks with family or friends?
With friends. We usually have a small BBQ first and then enjoy the fireworks. Do you want to join our BBQ later?
Yes, that sounds perfect. And maybe we can visit the community event in the park. I heard they're displaying vintage cars there. Have you seen them before?
Yes, it's really cool. You can even take photos and learn a little about Australian history.
It's great how Australian Day is fun, but also a chance to reflect on the country's history and culture.
Absolutely. We can celebrate, learn, and spend quality time with friends and family all in one day.
Wow, Samantha, today's episode was full of useful words and phrases for talking about Australian Day.
Yes, we explored words like public holiday, celebrate, parade, fireworks display, community event, reflect on, display vintage cars, flag raising ceremony, and barbecue. We also practiced questions to make conversations interactive.
We learned practical expressions like asking if someone attended a parade, joined a barbecue, or watched a fireworks display.
And we saw how Australian Day can make people feel cheerful during parades and fireworks, thoughtful when reflecting on history, and warm when spending time with family and friends.
Using these words and phrases helps you explain celebrations, share plans, and talk confidently about culture and traditions.
Exactly. Remember these words, phrases, and questions, and you'll speak about Australian Day naturally, fluently, and with cultural awareness.
Did you know Australian Day is celebrated as a public holiday across all of Australia every year on 26th January?
Yes, even if someone isn't attending big events, it's often a reason to enjoy time with family, friends, or the community. It's a big part of Australian culture.
Australian Day marks the arrival of the First Fleet in 1788 and the raising of the British flag at Sydney Cove. It's a day to celebrate Australia's history, achievements, and culture.
People celebrate in many ways: parades, fireworks displays, community events, BBQs, and vintage car displays. The car displays honor Australia's history and technological progress.
It's also a time to reflect on the past, including Indigenous culture before European settlement, making the day both festive and meaningful.
Using words like parade, fireworks display, community event, or display vintage cars lets you describe celebrations naturally. You might ask, have you attended a parade or watched the fireworks?
Attending flag-raising ceremonies or enjoying a BBQ are common traditions. Phrases like celebrate, public holiday, or reflect on help you explain them confidently.
Even if you're not in Australia, asking questions like, do you usually go to a community event on Australian Day, makes conversations interactive and culturally aware.
Knowing this vocabulary isn't just about the holiday, it's about connecting with people and understanding cultural practices in Australia.
Exactly. Talking about Australian Day is a fun way to practice English and learn about culture, history, and celebrations.
Next time someone mentions Australian Day, remember it's not just a holiday. It's full of parades, fireworks, family time, and meaningful traditions. Thank you so much for listening today. We're really glad you're learning English with us.
We hope this episode helps you talk about Australian Day confidently and enjoy conversations about holidays and celebrations.
If you have Australian Day stories, attending a parade, watching fireworks, joining a BBQ, or visiting community events, share them in the comments. We'd love to hear your experiences.
Keep practicing. Notice holidays and traditions around you. And remember, English grows when you use it in real life.
See you next time on the Koala English Podcast. Enjoy Australian Day. Celebrate with friends and family, and happy learning.